Hey everybody, welcome back. First up, I have some very important, very exciting news. I don't know how to tell you guys. I purchased this set in another color because I feel like you've seen me so often in this damn black shirt. So I have it coming in gray. Just wanted to let you know. But anyway, oh God. I crack myself up. Anyway, so as you can see from the thumbnail and the title, I broke down and purchased the Vanity Planet Ultimate Skin Spa thingy. Let me just go into a little bit of a story because everything has a story with me. So I own the Clarisonic, the Mia one, I think, like the first one. And I loved it, used it. And then after we moved, I could not find my little charger for it. And I was like, crap, and I just figured it would just turn up sometime. So I haven't been using it for the past year. And then I was like, you know what? I really need to find that charger. So I tore apart the house. I can't find the charger. So I was like, cool, I'll just go on Clarisonic and buy a new charger. No. Clarisonic is a bunch of shady bees because every single time that I go on their website to purchase a replacement charger for my stupid Mia one, it's either sold out or on back order. And it's like, is this like a ploy? They're like, oh, well, if we just make it really, really hard to get a replacement charger, you'll just spend an extra $150, $200 to buy a new model. No, I'm not going to do that. I spent like $150 on the first one and it still works if I could just charge it. So because of that, I was like, you know what? Let me find something else similar. I know that the Clarisonic is like top of the line, like the best of the best. Everybody loves it kind of thing. But I was like, I'm not going to get roped into their game that they're playing with this charger. So I was like, okay, cool. I've heard everybody talking about this Vanity Planet thing. Let me just go for it. But here's the thing. My red flag meter went up so hard. Every time I hear anybody talk about this brand, and specifically the little face brush thingy, because this thing is like $130. And then you'll hear a YouTuber talk about it or an Instagrammer and they're like, use my code, save $100. And it's like, save $100? I had like 100 red flags going up because anytime I hear that a product is, let's say, $200 and they're like, but use my code and you can get it for $9.99. Girl, please. I am not an idiot. That device right here is probably not even worth $50. But because, they say it's X amount of money, and then they give everybody a code to use, and then you feel as the consumer like you're getting a really great deal, and then you still end up paying technically more than the product is worth, and then they still make a killing on it. And also, this machine, this specific one that I bought, has 20,000 reviews on their website. 20,000! So of course, then I had 20,000 red flags going up. Is it a scam? What's going on with this? Why does everybody push this? Why does everybody have a code? Why does everybody, literally every review seem to be like, oh my God, I love it. It's the best thing ever. I had so many questions and so much skepticism. And whenever I finally decided that I was just going to buy it, it was Black Friday. And they were having a deal. And it was $39.99, $40, let's say. And I was like, cool, I'm going to buy it because I didn't really want to use anybody's code for it. So I was like, cool, I'm going to buy it. But then I was like, let me just see, do they sell this anywhere else? Because I kind of was weary on paying Vanity Planet themselves, going through their checkout process. I mean, because I have a credit card that I use specifically for like kind of shady transactions that I worry like, might end up in the wrong hands. But it's like if I can avoid it, I'd like to not to. So then I found it on Walmart.com. And more importantly, it was shipped by and sold by Walmart. So I was like, cool. I know Walmart. I trust Walmart. I'm going to purchase it from Walmart. And guess what? They had it for $30 instead of $40. So I ended up saving even more money. So the moral of that story is, kids, you can buy this from Walmart. You don't have to use anybody's code, and you can get it for $10 cheaper. Now, they do have 3 colors. It comes in like blue, pink, and purple. The purple is the cheapest at $30. The blue, I think, is $36, and then the pink is $41. So there is kind of like a weird price discrepancy there, but purple is my color, so I was like, cool, my color is the cheapest. But if you don't care about color, you could save potentially up to $11 on that. So long story short, I ended up ordering this from Walmart. I did also purchase a 2-year protection plan through Walmart. And that was only $2. I love their protection plans. They're amazing. Basically anything that happens to it, they just immediately refund your money. It's the best thing ever. So I bought this puppy. I got home and got it in the mail today. I opened it up. I have not used it yet. What we are going to do is I'm going to test this out for a whole month, and I'm going to see if it's legit. I'm going to see if I like it, and then I'm going to come back and tell you in 1 month what I think about this, and if I think it's a scam, and if I think it's worth it, and all that good stuff. So for right now, though, I'll just go over kind of, the gist of it. So you do get 3 different brush heads. You get a daily cleansing one, an exfoliating one, and then a silicone one that is specifically for like if you have sensitive skin or dry skin. And it does come in this like little travel case. The travel case is nicer than I thought it would be, so that's a plus. So here is the silicone one. It's very, very soft. Even the exfoliation one is still pretty soft, especially compared to my Clarisonic. Like my Clarisonic one is rough compared to this. And then the just daily cleansing one is super, super soft. So I'm kind of impressed a little bit already, despite my concerns. So just to tell you, this daily cleansing one feels like the Clarisonic Luxe, I think, the one with like the longer fibers on it, the white one. It feels like this. And then this one, which is the deep exfoliating one, feels even softer than my regular Clarisonic, like non-exfoliating, just regular, normal brush head. So the brush heads do feel really nice. The one thing about it, though, is that it uses batteries, which I don't freaking like. I prefer everything to be like a rechargeable kind of device. But, I mean, for it to be so much less expensive than the Clarisonic, I'll take it, To buy, if I could ever get a hold of a replacement charger on Clarisonic, would be $20. So it's like, this was $30, for the whole kit and caboodle. So it turns on with this. It has 2 speed settings, normal and then high. Now the one difference though is that the Clarisonic kind of has that like sonic pulsing kind of thing, that makes it work kind of like a sonic toothbrush. Whereas this actually spins. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, but we'll see. See, it spins around in a circle. So there's the higher speed, and then it turns off. So that is the main difference, I feel like, between the Clarisonic and the Vanity Planet one, is that it spins instead of pulsing or whatever the Clarisonic does. But I feel like because the brush heads are very soft, it's probably not going to be super abrasive on your skin, even though it's like kind of torquing around your skin. I don't know how I'm describing everything today, but there you go. So I feel like it might end up being pretty good. I mean, I'm glad that I did not have to purchase it through them though, because I feel like even if they're not, even if it's not a scam, even if everything is on the up and up, I just don't know about the fact that there's 20,000 freaking reviews on their website. And the fact that their website charges $130 if you don't have a code. It's just very weird. But interestingly enough, also, whenever you go on Walmart, the price is just what it is. It doesn't say like original price $130. So that tells me that this is most certainly not worth $130. But I do like the packaging. The packaging looks nice. It does not look cheap at all. It doesn't look like fly by night, you know, like anything like that. So we're going to try it out and see. I'm going to give it a go for a good month. And thanks to Movie Magic, I will bring you my thoughts on this device in 3, 2, 1. New top, who dis? Anyway, I'm thrilled with this. But we are back. It has been about a month since I started using the Ultimate Skin Spa from Vanity Planet. And I have some definite thoughts on it. So here's the thing. Here we have it. I've used all 3 brush heads at this point. The regular like daily one is what I use like about half the time. I've been alternating the little silicone sensitive one half the time. And then I've used the weekly like exfoliating one a few times also. There's some definite pros and cons. The pro to this is that it is relatively inexpensive compared to a lot of other rotating or sonic facial brush cleansing systems. So, you know, that's good if the other brushes are a little bit out of your price range. I do like that it gives you 3 separate brush heads, because with a lot of these you do have to purchase brush heads separately. So this is all included. It does have a travel case, but here's the thing. This is very bulky. There is no way that I would actually travel with this whole thing. If it was me, I would just travel with the main brush head that I'm going to use and just this thing. And I would just throw it in like a Ziploc or something to, you know, keep it from rotating around and stuff in my suitcase. So there's that. The brush heads feel very soft whenever you're just feeling them. But actually on your skin, they're a little bit abrasive. So I feel like I've kind of touched on the positives already, just those couple of things. So let's get into the negatives. The first negative that I have is that it is battery operated. Let me see if I can get this little compartment to pop out. It is quite difficult, especially if you have nails that you're not trying to like break. So you've got the little, focus here, focus. So you've got that little thing there that rotates around that holds the thing in place. And then there's your batteries. It has like a little silicone kind of lip around it to protect it whenever it is in the water. That way it kind of keeps the water out of there, but it does say that it's not waterproof. It is water resistant. And they do say not to submerge it or anything like that. And I kind of don't like that you have to kind of baby it and watch it and make sure that it's not sitting in the water a little bit too long. Like I like to hold it up under the shower head to clean it off. And I kind of like to hold my hand around it so that there's not that probability of water leaking into there. So I don't like that. The other thing is that these brush heads, while they feel very soft, and they are like longer in bristle length than the Clarisonic brush heads, the brush heads kind of hurt my skin. And I think that the reason for that is that this is rotating. I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but it spins because it is a spin brush, as opposed to staying stationary and having like that sonic pulsing going through the bristles. So for that reason, it really it feels a little bit like fine sandpaper going over your skin, at least for me. Even if I'm holding it just barely onto my skin and allowing it to, you know, cleanse and go over it, that motion of it rotating on your skin, it made my skin pretty irritated. Whenever I would get done washing it, it would be red, it would hurt a little bit. Of course, it would go away after like 10 minutes or so. but it still, I feel like, made my skin look more textured after using it for this month. I definitely noticed a change in it because it's been a long journey to get my skin to a point where it's pretty decent. And I feel like this kind of took me back a few steps just because it was so abrasive for me. That's not going to be an issue for everybody, but if you do have skin that is more reactionary to products or scrubs or anything like that, this is probably not a good product for you because of that spinning motion grinding across your skin. Whereas the Clarisonic, it has like the sonic pulses going through the brush head, so the actual head is not spinning. It's just kind of vibrating. So for that reason alone, I would not continue to use this for myself because I feel like it's making my skin worse. However, there is another issue with it that kind of took me by surprise, and I will try to insert a clip here that hopefully you can see in action what I'm talking about. But it didn't matter which brush head I was using, whether it was the silicone one or the regular brush head, but whenever I would put some cleanser on here and try to use this, just not in the shower, just standing at the sink, I would put the cleanser on there, and the cleanser, once it started to foam up, would just start flying everywhere. I had it all over the mirror, all over my clothes, all over the vanity, and I was just like, oh, wow, this is insane. Like, that number one reason why I would not continue to use this, because that is a huge pain. I don't want to have to clean up my whole bathroom after cleaning my face. Like that it's nuts. And it's because it is spinning. So it's flying off that cleanser, as it spins around, kind of like a bicycle tire, how the water flies off of it, you know what I mean? And your butt gets wet if you don't have one of those thingies on the back. So this was a huge fail for that reason alone. Now, if you're using it only in the shower, then that's not really an issue. But if you are somebody that likes to wash your face at night or in the morning, if you're not going to shower in the morning or at night, whatever, if you like to wash your face at the sink, this is not a good option because that cleanser is going to fly everywhere. And it did not matter how much cleanser I used, even just a little bit, as long as it's foaming up, it's flying off the brush head. I used it with several different cleansers. I used it with several different amounts of cleanser, trying to see if anything would make a difference. And as long as you are using a cleanser that foams whenever you lather it on, you're going to have that issue. And I did read that, use less water or whatever. Dude, this brush head really doesn't hold on to water. Like if I wet it and then kind of, shake it off a little bit and then put my cleanser on, it still does it. It's not really the water that's making it happen. It's the fact that the cleanser is foaming. So that was a huge fail. So in the beginning of this video, I told you how I was really annoyed with Clarisonic and the way that their replacement charger was always out of stock or back ordered. And I felt like they were kind of trying to just get you to purchase a new Clarisonic instead of waiting for the charger to come back in stock. So that's why I bought this in the first place, because I did not want to play ball with a company that was gonna play games like that. But my overall verdict of the Vanity Planet Ultimate Skin Spa is that I bought the replacement charger for my Clarisonic. That's how annoyed I was with this product. And here's the thing also, let me just go on another little rant about Clarisonic. This is an old thing. I think I've had this going on 5 years. And that's why I did not want to purchase a new Clarisonic, because these things last. This will probably last me another several years, as long as I keep it charged and don't drop it and keep it in good condition, So whenever I finally broke down and said, all right, fine, I'm going to order the replacement charger. It said back ordered, estimated 3 to 4 weeks. I was ticked about it, but I was like, cool, I'm just going to do it. I ordered it, and 2 days later, got a shipping notification, and it was at my door another 2 days after that. Tell me, Clarisonic, was it really on back order, or are you just trying to maybe discourage people from waiting for their replacement charger? That ticks me off. But as much as it ticks me off, this is just so much better than the Vanity Planet one, because there's not a huge mess all over my sink and vanity and mirrors and everything. Whenever I use this, I feel like it's a superior product. And even though the brush heads are more expensive, even though the product itself is more expensive, this has lasted, and I don't need batteries for it. So now let me address the cost real quick, because this is between $30 and $40. Original price like $140 or something like that, or $200 they say. But Vanity Planet, you can usually get it for around $40. I ordered mine from Walmart though, and you can get it for around $30. So while it is inexpensive, and while I do feel like it is an option if you feel like you can't afford a Clarisonic, but let me tell you this, there are Clarisonics that are $100, and it comes with, you know, the thingy. I mean, this is an old version, but they have a new updated version that's $100, comes with a charger and all that. Sometimes you get a free gift with purchase. And if you buy it at Ulta or wait for, you know, a Sephora sale, you can get 20% off of this, which makes it an $80 product. And I feel like waiting a little bit longer and saving up that little bit of extra money, that extra $40, is worth it to get a higher quality product. And even though Clarisonic says that these brush heads you should replace every 3 months, I don't. I definitely use them a lot longer than that. I just, you know, like keep them clean, keep them washed off, you know, and I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. Like, it's kind of like the whole like mascara, throw it out after 3 months, yet it's still perfectly fine. So to each their own. But if you're worried about the cost of replacing the brush heads constantly, don't. I kept a brush head for a whole year one time. Like, it's no big deal. My skin didn't freak out. You know, it's just a cleanliness factor. Just make sure that you clean it, and then you don't have issues. Don't come for me if you don't agree. We'll each live our own lives. But that's my advice to you. Because I feel like you're going to spend $40 on this and maybe not be thrilled with how it is, because that whole like the spinning that irritates my skin and the spinning that makes the cleanser go everywhere, that alone in my book is enough to make me say no, not going to use this anymore. So wait for a good 20% off sale, save yourself $20 off the cost of the Clarisonic, keep your brush heads clean, you don't have to replace them that often, and invest that little bit of extra money in a product that's probably going to last you years and years and years. Because I feel like this one, even if you change the batteries and stuff, I think that the longevity of it, in my opinion, is probably not going to be as good as the Clarisonic. And as soon as you have to buy a second one of these to replace this, you've already bought the Clarisonic then. You know what I mean? So that's my review on this thing. Take it for what it is. If you feel like you still want this, then more power to you. It's a decent product if you can get over the issues with it. But for my money, I would recommend the Clarisonic. That's it. I will catch you guys next time. Bye.